Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I am coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. We're continuing our career today in our drive in our quest to purchase another truck and get our company rolling on the way to making big money. It's kind of a melancholy day for me. I don't have the greatest of energy today. I'm feeling really down a bit. A little bit of depression, I guess. Just things are overall stressful right now. You know, it comes and goes, but it's kind of not something I want to get into right now. I want to keep this a little more upbeat today. But before I get started, another shout out somebody asked for. This no problem at all. Just again, up front, I apologize if I mangle your name. I'm not very good at figuring names out or you know, sounding stuff out. I'm even worse at spelling. It's always been an issue of mine. So it looks like it's Jahim Tour or Toure. Yeah, shout out to you, brother. You asked, and there you go. Props for asking. Thank you very much for supporting me as always. And well, let's get this wrong button. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Sure I get enough volume. I think this is the first time I've run into this kind of heavy fog. I mean, it's been foggy, but this is like foggy. You know, but just like stress-wise, day-wise, man, it's, you know, it's the old SSDD kind of thing. Tone it down a little bit, same stuff, although you can replace stuff for a much stronger word, different day, and it's just aggravating. You know, there's one particular person in this house where I live that apparently doesn't have a clue on, you know, what they're supposed to do. They think they're handling things the way they know how, and in turn they're basically creating a massive rift between themselves and other people, which is myself included. And then they wonder why we get upset later on. But hopefully it'll all pass. Hopefully. Hello, green light. Mind if I just buzz through at 100 miles an hour? Well, I'm not going 100 miles an hour. 110 kilometers does not 100 miles an hour make. It's actually considerably slower. It's like 65 or somewhere around there. Somewhere around 65, 70, I think. Oh, I'm glad I don't have a big trailer here. That could be a little awkward. But on a more positive note, I've been very fortunate in Eve this week yet again. And I've been fortunate in Hearthstone in terms of getting cards. Hearthstone's kind of like a bittersweet pill for me. I love playing it. I try not to play it too much because, you know, I easily get like angry. I'm one of those people that could easily be toxic if I'm not careful. That's just how it is. I get, you know, I run high emotions for some reason. And that's like one of the reasons I pulled myself out of League when I did. Is, you know, I couldn't take the toxic community anymore, and I myself was becoming quite toxic. And I was like, yeah, I need to step back for a while. So that's what I did. Oh, great. My nose just stuffed right up. Lovely. I apologize. I don't have the opportunity to mute my microphone at this moment. So I'm trying to take a more careful approach in Hearthstone along the same route. You know, I'm trying to play it not too much, but I enjoy playing it. Couple weeks back, I wanted to try and well, let's start back a little bit further. I wanted to get Dr. Boom because I might have talked about this, but there's more to it. So I'm just kind of bundling it all together. I wanted to get Dr. Boom, who is the most powerful legendary in the game right now. He's used in almost every deck. So I scraped and scrounged and did everything I could to pull together enough dust, which is the in-game currency for crafting cards, into being able to craft Dr. Boom, which is 1,600 dust, which is a lot. The crafting method for Hearthstone is each card disenchants into enough dust to make a card level lower than it. So legendary cards take 1,600 dust to craft, but disenchant into 400, which is enough to make an epic. Epics cost 400 to craft. They disenchant into 100 dust. 100 dust is enough to craft an uncommon, or rare, as they call it. And then rares disenchant into 20 dust, which is enough to make a common. Commons only disenchant into 5 dust, which is not enough to make anything, because common is the lowest card there is in terms of tier levels. So overall, you know, pretty cool. Oh, and there are golden cards. Golden cards have a higher value for disenchanting. I'm not sure what all the values are, but I do know that legendary goldens disenchant into enough dust to make a regular legendary, 1,600. So there is that. One sec. Alright, maybe that'll help. So I crafted Dr. Boom, and then I went and I bought one of the very, very, very rare times since playing Hearthstone that I actually bought like 40 or 50 packs. I forget what it was. And I not only got 2 Dr. Booms, but I got a golden Dr. Boom as well. Oh man, it was heartbreaking to disenchant all the cards that I did to make Dr. Boom and then get 3 of him. That was rather funny. But then a few days ago I'm like, well, right now the Black Knight is kind of like a necessity in a lot of decks because, you know, certain decks they're running Sludge Belchers, which can be a tough taunt card to get rid of. Taunt cards you have to attack before you attack any other card, so you kind of have to deal with them. You can go around them in different ways. Spells do not have to target the taunts first. Certain minions may be able to get around the taunt with abilities, but other than that, you have to deal with the taunt cards, and Sludge Belchers can be tough to deal with. The Black Knight, when you play him, immediately eliminates a single taunt on the board. And also other classes like the Druid tend to play very big and powerful taunts. So there is that as well. So I went to craft. I was like, well, the Black Knight's a regular card. Ooh, slow down. Good thing there was nothing next to me. The Black Knight is a regular card. In other words, it's not the Goblins and Gnomes expansion. It's just a regular everyday card. So what we did then, what I did then rather, is I just bought 15 packs of normal cards, which is only $20. And this was several weeks later. Maybe even more than that. And whereas I didn't get the Black Knight, the very first pack I opened contained a golden Ragnaros, who's a legendary. Now I already have a regular Ragnaros, and I look at golden cards as dust to create, basically. That's what I look at golden cards as. So anytime I get a golden card where I have enough excuse me, where I have enough regular cards. They're just, they're just dust for me to create other cards. And so I disenchanted the Ragnaros and made a Black Knight. Because you can only have one legendary in a deck. I mean, there are ways to get multiple legendaries on the board, but you can only have one in the deck. So I did that, and fast forward about maybe 3 weeks or so later after that, and I've decided, you know what, I want a Harrison Jones. Harrison Jones is a fairly important card right now in terms of dealing with weapons, with rogues and warriors. Yeah, this is rather stupid what I'm doing here, by the way. This is really stupid, just so you know. So if anything comes the other way, we're pretty much done. Oh! Well, at least I get to be in the front of this line. So, I wanted to get a Harrison Jones because there's several decks I want to play that call for Harrison Jones, and I almost had enough dust, and I had a little bit of extra spending money, so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and get me Harrison Jones. I've got a fair amount of dust. So I'm going to go and get a Harrison Jones. And I got 15 more cards, and in 15 cards, I got one pack with 3 rares, one pack with 2 epics and a rare, one pack with a golden legendary, one pack with Dr. Boom in it, again, so a legendary. Now, that is phenomenal luck in terms of getting cards. It is just absolutely phenomenal. And to get that kind of luck 3 times is just insane. So I've been really getting lucky at getting not the cards I need, but the stuff I need to make the cards I need. The only drawback is I feel like I just still suck at the game even after a year. I don't play very well. I make a lot of mistakes because I have a fast play style. And that fast play style often costs me because I forget things or miss things, the obvious stuff. So, still, I love playing it. I enjoy playing it. I'm closing in on my next hero purchased for Heroes of the Storm. That being, I believe I'm going for Nova this time. I want to get Nova, who's a sniper assassin. I have, I don't know how many I've actually bought, but I got somewhere around 6 or 7 of them unlocked permanently. I think I only purchased 1 with cash, and all the rest is gold. And I did purchase 1 skin. I have no desire at the moment to get any other skins, so just the 1 skin, and it was a Kerrigan skin. Kerrigan as the Queen of Blades. The skin is a Succumbi skin from World of Warcraft, and it looks really, really sweet. It really does. I have to give Blizzard props when it comes to Heroes of the Storm. The models of the characters, and it's in beta, look amazing. So the models of the characters look amazing. The game board is very, clear and vibrant. Everything on it's very beautiful looking. The skins look amazing, amazing quality in the skins, and everything like that. But I don't need those anymore right now. But I do feel that there's a drawback um, in the fact that the game is, just it's not competitive enough. It's fun to play. It's a blast to play, but I don't see it as being like an esport game. It's too simple. It's too random, I guess you could say. There's a lot of skill involved in the game, don't get me wrong, but just, I don't know, I just don't see it as being a big esport game outside of things that Blizzard themselves put together. I don't see it on a competitive level as League. I don't see it on as a competitive level in terms of esports as Dota. In terms of MMOs, I just don't see it. So, I don't know what else to say about that. Also, I really feel that Blizzard is making another huge mistake right now. Maybe not huge in some respects, but I feel like maybe a really big mistake. And that's with their new shooter, Overwatch. They are not putting in an FOV slider, a field of vision slider. And I feel that that's a really big mistake. And their reason for not putting a FOV slider into the game is that they're concerned about people being aware of the FOV slider versus people not being aware of it. Those that are aware of it and actually use it will have an advantage over those people who don't. Really? Really? What gamer that plays any kind of first-person shooting game does not know about an FOV slider? And in today's world, where monitors are more detailed, larger, and more, and faster, locking somebody into a 60-degree FOV, field of vision, for anyone who may not know, can make people feel sick, can be disorientating, and give people a headache. And there's no game out there where you go into a first-person view, and maybe even a third-person view. There's no game out there right now, and there's no game that is coming out that should not have an FOV slider in it. And if you do, then you're wrong. It's as simple as that. It would really be helpful if Euro Truck put an FOV slider in. If when they come out with American Truck Simulator, they put an FOV slider in. I think it only makes sense to do it that way, so that you can have a bigger field of vision if you want. I'm okay with what's here, but I wouldn't mind expanding it out a little bit further. So, I don't know, I just feel like it's really wrong that they're not doing that. I don't see any reason not to have a field of vision slider in your game. I knew you were going to move on me. The fun part is you're still pulling off the road. Thanks. I actually think I know where I am. Oh no. No. Nope. This right here could very well end up being our rest stop here, and then here in this town could easily end up being a rest stop, despite this being a short run. Well, it's not that short. So this could very well end up being a rest spot, because to go from here to our next rest spot, which is way the hell up here, and this is a climb, may not be very advisable. I know that there's a rest point here, and even like in here there's rest points, but the problem with those is I have to get off here and travel this back road all this way to here, and then travel this road all the way to get to here, and that's going to put a lot of time onto the run. The other thing I could do, and I suppose it's possible, and it may not affect the run too much, is if I do take this road and go to here to rest, then I can take this road and hook here and then make the climb. Maybe I'll do that. I'll deviate. We'll see. We'll see how it goes and how I feel. I thought I was up around that point already, but nope. Look, cruise ship. Sometimes it does get a little tiring, and I know I mentioned a couple times, but it does get really tiring seeing that. I'd rather just see open water, really. What we've made... Oh, that wasn't it already. No. Okay, just trying to make sure. I should have known that. And we're right back up to 110. Nice. Might not even be a bad spot to fuel up again, just because we have that ridiculous climb. Although what I'm calling ridiculous, I'm actually looking forward to, because it'll be fairly fun because it's a big climb. Not quite as fun as it could be because we have a very tiny trailer. But you know, it's one of those things. Could be worse. It's actually nice to hook up to one of these smaller or even a regular size trailer, a regular box trailer once in a while, and just speed along with it. Not have to worry about the extra length in corners, not have to worry about the extra width in narrow spaces, being near a wall or something, you know. It really helps to not have to worry about that. Yeah, this truck is rolling. We are in a good place right now. Oh, we need to switch out lanes, so we don't want to get tangled up with cars pulling out. Especially considering that the AI has shown complete disregard for the fact that I exist in many places. Yeah, look at this long straight shot, man. This would be great just to get into one muscle car, one supercar or something, and just blast down the road. Nope, I'm not slowing down. Not if I can help it. I've got momentum on my side, and I intend to keep it. I've noticed that since playing the game, I've become a lot more casual approach to how I play. Normally, you wouldn't have seen me do something like that, where I just bust around a car like that, and then driving like I did earlier past all that traffic on the wrong side of the road. That's normally not what I do. This is where I need to turn off, right? Yeah, this is where I need to turn off to get to here. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. Despite what the nav may say. May take a little longer, but I'm pretty sure we've made ample time. I think that we have made ample time that we can afford to take the back road. Which will allow us to fuel up, give us a good resting place, and allow us to hook straight in to the hard climb that is to follow. And the sat-nav will eventually figure it out. Eventually. Besides, how often do you get to go down these side roads, you know? How often do you get to do this? Oh, there's a cool little perspective, huh? Ooh, straight at us. With our little trailer. Huh. Can you engage the axle while in motion? Oh yeah, how about that? You can. Oh, you don't need it. And I should get back in the truck for this part. See, the sat-nav has already, it's already figured out to continue on this road, so we're all good now. We're gonna make it. Not if I had a bigger trailer, we wouldn't have, but yeah, that was fine. We did okay. Wow, look at all the birds flying in the canyon. Like buzzards or condors or something, just gliding on the air shafts. We're gonna have to shift. That was pretty sweet, actually. Yeah, I gotta slow down for that corner. At least I saw it this time. A little village tucked out in the middle of nowhere. Bottom of a big hill. The old world and the new world colliding with power lines and bridges and modern trains going by. And this tiny little village still stuck in time, sitting between it all. That's pretty neat. Pretty cool climbing in a tunnel. You don't see this very often. Jerk. That's cool how the directional's all the way up the top, but it wouldn't stay that way. There'd be two. There'd be one at the top and one at the bottom, which is what a lot of vehicles are doing nowadays, including cars, so that trucks and cars alike can see when you're turning and you're braking and all that. Whoa, this gets steep. Wow, this gets steep. Wow. It is a good thing I'm not hauling a larger trailer. We'd be in trouble. Not so much going up the hill wise as these turns. Fortunately, it doesn't last too long. And it gets real steep here as well. At least very briefly. Alright, we're looking good. We'll pick up that dealership and that recruitment agency, which is a nice little bonus to our side trip here. Oh no, we won't. I thought we would, but no, they're along the other side. Well, that's okay. We don't actually need it. We're just about at our rest point, which is decent timing. I mean, we could easily drive further, but we don't want to. We just want to call it right here. Oh yeah, and Africa price is still bonus. There we go. And we'll just pull right up here to rest, which we actually don't have to detach from the trailer. There we go. Hopefully it's not raining again when we wake up. And sadly, it's going to be a night climb, which can't help. So, we're in a good position. We're in a good position. We should be able to easily make this. And we're going to tunnel through here and then whip around and go up this here. And I don't know, this may be a resting point. It may not. It's going to have to be, we'll see when we get there. If I have to rest here, maybe here, it depends on how much more is left, I may just rest and then continue the trip and finish it all in one shot. It's really going to depend on the next episode, so we'll see there. So if you could do me the favor, leave a comment, like, subscribe, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. Again, if I butchered your name, I'm sorry, Jaheim. I hope you appreciated your shout out there, bruh. Don't worry about asking for it. Like I said, I try and respond to the fans that I have because, you know, you guys support me and you make me smile, and you guys are the ones that make me want to keep doing this for the fun of it and for the entertainment value that I bring to you guys. So, like I said, I try and respond. I try and answer. I don't always. Please don't get offended if I don't. Usually it's because things are going on and I have just forgotten, because I do have issues with my memory. I tend to forget things very easily. But I will always try to respond. It may even come late, but but I will try and respond if somebody asks something, or if somebody says something, or request or something like that. So don't worry about that. I'm an approachable person in one fashion or another. I'm not going to be one of those guys that just ignore, or that don't answer or don't respond. I'm not that kind of guy. So anyways, before I blather on any further, that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugger. I'm going to be signing out. I'll see you then.